Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
Episode 6647, and they said we wouldn't make it. A potluck that was 90% potato salad. Where do we even begin?
I mean, statistically, someone must have brought at least one other dish, right? Like, maybe a rogue bowl of grapes? A lone brave pickle?
According to my calculations, if the potluck had 100 dishes, 90 were potato salad. The other 10? Probably just different kinds of potato salad.
Was there, like, a potato salad competition happening? Did they announce a most mayo-infused potato salad award or something?
Oh, absolutely. There were categories for chunkiest potato, most relishable potato salad, and the coveted creamiest, dreamiest potato salad.
I bet the judges were just ecstatic. Imagine the joy of tasting 90 subtly different potato salads. Their taste buds must have ascended to a higher plane.
Legend says they're still there, lost in a creamy, starchy nirvana, whispering about the nuances of dill versus sweet pickle relish.
And let's not forget the poor souls who brought the non-potato salad dishes. Imagine showing up with a casserole, surrounded by a sea of potatoes. The shame.
They probably just blended in, Started telling everyone their casserole was actually a deconstructed potato salad, heavy on the non-potato ingredients.
Pure genius. Survival of the fittest, potluck edition. Next time I'm bringing 90 bowls of Jell-O, just to shake things up.
Oh, the jiggle. The sheer, unadulterated jiggle of it all. I'm already terrified. And slightly hungry.
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So I heard a story about a wedding where the bouquet knocked someone out cold. Like full-on amnesia, woke up asking, who am I? It was wild.
Wait, seriously? Was it like a dense bouquet? Made of lead roses and bowling balls disguised as lilies?
I'm picturing the bride winding up like a baseball pitcher. Fastball special with a bouquet of petunias. Boom! Instant amnesia.
The poor person probably woke up thinking they were the caterer and started serving hors d'oeuvre, while still wearing a bridesmaid dress.
Worse, imagine if they thought they times the bride, suddenly demanding a redo of the vows because they didn't like the first take.
Statistics show 98% of amnesia caused by wedding bouquets is temporary. The other 2% become world-renowned mime artists.
I bet there's a black market for weaponized bouquets now. Ex-girlfriend showing up to your wedding? Problem solved.
Guaranteed to make them forget they ever knew you. Comes with a complimentary, "It's not you, it's me" card.
I'd pay good money to see security footage of that bouquet launch. It'd be like watching a floral projectile missile.
I've always wondered what flowers think about being hurled at unsuspecting guests. Do they scream internally? Do they have tiny flower paramedics?
They probably have a support group. My stem is bent, Harold. I saw things, man. I saw things.
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So Brenda accidentally started a cult. At a yoga retreat. Apparently, finding your inner chihuahua was misinterpreted.
Inner chihuahua? Is that like a metaphor for your spirit animal? Or did people actually think they had tiny dogs living in their stomachs?
I'm pretty sure they thought it was literal. They started wearing tiny dog collars, barking at squirrels, and demanding belly rubs. Brenda was horrified.
I bet. Imagine leading a sunrise salutation and everyone just starts yipping. Did she try to explain it was a metaphor?
Oh, she tried. But they'd achieved enlightenment, you see. They could time-sense their inner chihuahua. Brenda's logic was powerless against their newfound canine wisdom.
This is why I stick to jazzercise. Less chance of accidental cult formation. Unless we start worshipping Richard Simmons. Which, let's be honest, is a slippery slope.
The retreat's chef quit after they started demanding gourmet kibble. Brenda had to make do with leftover kale smoothies and rawhide chew toys.
Oh, the humanity. Imagine, a yoga retreat devolved into a dog park. Did anyone bring tennis balls? This is the kind of chaos I live for.
The real kicker. They started calling her Brenda the Benevolent Bone Bringer. She's considering trademarking it.
Smart move. She could launch a whole line of Chihuahua-themed yoga gear. Little mats, tiny leggings. The possibilities are endless.
I heard she's writing a book. Downward dog, inner chihuahua, unleashing your inner bark. Pre-orders are through the roof.
I'm not even surprised. This is peak 2023. Next thing you know, people will be claiming their inner goldfish gives them the ability to breathe underwater.
Don't give them any ideas. I'm not ready for a world of aquatic yoga cults, although waterproof yoga pants could sometimes be useful.
A horse delivered my food? I ordered extra sriracha, not extra horsepower. Are we suddenly in medieval times? Did my DoorDash driver trade his car for a trusty steed?
Mine showed up on a unicycle juggling flaming bowling pins. I think delivery services are getting competitive with the entertainment factor. I gave him a 5-star rating for sheer audacity.
Audacity? My horse ate half my fries. I swear he winked at me as he trotted away. Like, thanks for the snack, human. I'm not even mad, just impressed by his chutzpah.
See, that's the premium experience. They're adding spice to the delivery, literally. Imagine the possibilities. A trained octopus delivering sushi? A flock of pigeons with tiny pizza boxes?
I'd prefer a drone, honestly. Less chance of it eating my food. Unless it's a hawk-shaped drone programmed to hunt smaller drones carrying tacos. Now times that's entertainment.
According to a recent study I just made up, 87% of food delivered by unusual methods arrives cold. But 100% of it comes with a story. And isn't that what really matters? Who needs hot food when you have a hilarious anecdote?
My anecdote involves a very sassy horse who clearly has a French fry addiction. I'm considering setting up a GoFundMe for his habit. It's getting out of control. He demanded truffle oil last time.
Truffle oil? That horse has expensive tastes. My unicyclist only asked for a tip and a selfie. He wanted to update his Instagram. He called himself Wheels of Meals.
Wheels of Meals? That's genius. My horse just stares at me with judgmental eyes. Probably because I ordered a salad after he saw me devour those fries. Hypocrite much? Horse?
Maybe he's judging your life choices. Maybe he thinks you should embrace the chaos and order a triple cheeseburger delivered by a swarm of bees. Live a little.
Bees? No thanks. I'm allergic. Maybe a kangaroo? I hear they have excellent pouch delivery service. Perfect for keeping the fries warm. And away from judgmental horses.
As long as it doesn't hop away with your entire order. That would be a times hopping times mad situation. I'll see myself out.
A trust fall? At a job interview? What kind of company is this, Acme Antics? I bet the next round is a juggling competition while reciting the periodic table backwards.
Oh, the periodic table's nothing. My friend had to interpret a mime's rendition of the stock market crash of 29. He didn't get the job. Apparently his analysis lacked volatile gesticulation.
Mine involved a pie chart. They showed me a pie chart of their company's lunch preferences and asked me to predict next quarter's sandwich consumption.
Sandwiches? Were they hiring for a deli worker or a data analyst? I'm so confused. What kind of sandwich was the most popular? Was it a PB&J situation, or more of a club sandwich crowd?
Mostly ham and Swiss, with a disturbingly high percentage dedicated to mystery meat. I pretended to analyze it intensely, furrowed my brow and all. I said, based on the current trajectory of mustard usage, I predict a 7% increase in turkey on rye.
Genius. Did it work? Did you land the job as chief sandwich prognosticator? Imagine having that on your business card.
Nope. They said my projections lacked crust. Can you believe it? No appreciation for a good pun. Then, the interviewer offered me a tuna sandwich. It was suspiciously rectangular.
Rectangular? Oh no, they were testing you. Everyone knows tuna sandwiches are triangular. It's a fundamental law of the universe. Did you point out this blatant disregard for geometric norms?
I took a bite. It was ham and Swiss. I think the whole thing was a psychological evaluation disguised as a very weird lunch meeting.
Next time, just bring your own pie chart. A pie chart of pie flavors, dominated by key lime. No one can resist key lime. It's the ultimate power move.
You're a genius. And I'll bring a pre-made trust fall mat. One of those inflatable bouncy castles. Dominance asserted.
Yes, and wear a mime costume, just to keep them on their toes. Who knows, maybe volatile gesticulation is the key to success after all.
So, I walk into therapy, right? Expecting some quiet introspection, maybe a gentle nudge towards self-discovery. Instead, I'm greeted by 7 other dudes in matching banana costumes.
Matching banana costumes? Was this a therapy group for potassium deficiencies or something? Because honestly, that sounds way more fun than my support group for people who can't wink.
Turns out, it was a group session. And the banana costumes? Apparently, a trust-building exercise. I haven't trusted a peel since.
See, that's where you went wrong. You gotta embrace the peel. Become one with the peel. I once made a suit of armor entirely out of banana peels. Impenetrable, except for maybe fruit flies.
But then, get this, the therapist starts roasting everyone. Like, full-on Comedy Central roast. My insecurities became punchlines.
Wait, a therapist-led roast? That's innovative. Did they at least have good material? Or was it all, you're so repressed you make a clam look like a stand-up comedian?
Oh, it got personal. Your anxiety is so bad, it has its own anxiety. And that was one of the nicer jokes. I swear, my trauma was trending on Twitter by the end of the session.
At least you got some exposure. Think of it as free marketing for your neuroses. You could leverage this. Start a podcast called My Therapist Roasts Me.
I'm considering suing. But honestly, the banana suit guy next to me had it worse. Apparently his fear is public speaking while dressed as a banana. The irony was thick enough to spread on toast.
The therapist probably went for the low-hanging fruit, huh? You're so afraid of public speaking, you're practically peeling with anxiety. Classic.
Exactly. And then she offered him a potassium supplement. The whole thing was a potassium-fueled nightmare. I'm switching to solo sessions. With a muzzle for the therapist.
You should demand they bring back the banana suits, though. But this time, fill them with packing peanuts. For emotional support, you know?
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So Brenda accidentally live-streamed her breakup with Kevin to 5 million people while wearing a unicorn onesie. Peak comedy.
5 million? That's more people than have ever seen me successfully parallel park. And I've parked a tank once. Blindfolded.
Apparently, Kevin confessed to replacing all her almond milk with regular milk. The betrayal! The lactose intolerance!
The horror! I mean, almond milk is practically water pretending to be milk. But still, a betrayal of dairy proportions?
Brenda's reaction? She threw a rubber chicken at him. It bounced off his head and landed in a bowl of queso. Instant meme.
Queso. The silent witness to so many breakups. I bet there's a support group for abandoned queso dips.
Then, her cat, Mr. Fluffernutter, jumped on Kevin's head and started kneading his hair. Like a furry, judgmental baker.
Mr. Fluffernutter for president. He understands the people's pain. Or at least the pain of lactose intolerance.
The best part? Brenda didn't realize she was live until her grandma commented, "Brenda, your hair looks like a startled alpaca."
Grandma's always got the best zingers. I bet she's got a whole burn book filled with alpaca insults.
The live stream ended with Kevin sobbing into the queso and Brenda yelling, "You'll never take my almond milk supremacy."
Iconic. Truly iconic. Someone get these to a reality show. And Mr. Fluffernutter, a lifetime supply of tuna. Less than / person 1 greater than. Less than. Person 1 greater than. Okay, 3 fights and a potato salad war? That's a new low. Even for family reunions. Was it Grandma June's infamous mustard-based potato salad again? That stuff's a known instigator.
Oh, it was worse. Uncle Jerry brought his new experimental kimchi-infused potato salad. It clashed violently with Aunt Mildred's classic dill pickle potato salad. You could practically hear the potatoes screaming.
Kimchi potato salad? That sounds like a war crime against spuds. I bet the Geneva Convention has something to say about that kind of culinary cruelty. Did anyone call the potato salad police?
They did try to intervene, but Uncle Jerry had fortified his salad bowl with a ring of deviled eggs. Impenetrable. The casualties were mostly forks. And spoons. Lots of emotional scarring, too.
Deviled eggs as fortifications? This is some next-level potato salad warfare. I'm picturing tiny potato soldiers with little mayo helmets, surrendering to the pungent kimchi fumes.
It was brutal. Cousin Bethany tried to negotiate a truce by offering her vegan tofu-based potato salad, but it was rejected outright. Apparently tofu doesn't belong in a potato salad war. It's a conscientious objector.
Tofu potato salad? Honestly, Bethany deserved that rejection. Some lines you just don't cross. I'm surprised the whole thing didn't end up on the news.
It almost did. Apparently someone live-streamed the Great Potato Salad Skirmish of 24. It's currently trending as hashtag Spoodageddon.
Spoodageddon. Perfect. I'm adding that to my vocabulary. So, which potato salad won? Or did they all just mutually annihilate each other in a starchy explosion?
Nobody won. The dogs ate all the evidence. Case closed. Although little Timmy swears he saw Grandma June sneaking out with a Tupperware full of kimchi potato salad.
Classic Grandma June. Always playing the long game. Never underestimate a grandma with a taste for kimchi. I bet she's already planning next year's offensive.
Next year she's threatened to bring durian fruit salad. Everyone's terrified.
Durian fruit salad. Now that's a weapon of mass destruction. I'm staying home next year. Less than person one greater than welcome to funny story time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So, the painting class. Still life, bowl of fruit, all very normal. Until Mrs. Higgins' brushstrokes started glowing.
Glowing? Like radioactive glowing? Did she mix uranium into her cadmium yellow?
More like ethereal glowing. Then the bowl of fruit levitated. Apples spinning, oranges juggling themselves. It was chaos.
I bet Brenda from accounts was thrilled. She always brings those organic, ethically sourced apples.
Thrilled isn't the word. Terrified, maybe. Then, poof, a Victorian gentleman in a top hat appears, smelling faintly of lavender and disapproval.
A ghost? Just like that? Did he at least apologize for interrupting the still life? It's rude to just materialize in the middle of a class.
He started critiquing their brushwork, said their impasto technique was utterly dreadful, and their use of color an affront to God and man.
Oh, the irony. A ghost judging the living on their art skills. I bet he hadn't seen acrylics before. Probably stuck on oil paints and turpentine.
He then proceeded to demonstrate the correct way to paint a pear, using Mrs. Higgins' floating brush. It was mesmerizing, yet terrifying.
Imagine being haunted by a snooty art ghost. Your shading is atrocious, and your perspective is simply ghastly.
He vanished as quickly as he appeared, leaving behind a perfectly rendered pear and a room full of traumatized hobbyists.
I bet Brenda's apples never quite recovered. Probably still have a slight wobble to this day.
And Mrs. Higgins? She now only paints in sepia tones, convinced color is the devil's work.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another perfectly normal Tuesday at the community center. Never a dull moment. Less than person one greater than welcome to funny story time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So new neighbor, right? Seemed normal enough. Brought over a casserole. Standard new neighbor fare.
Casserole? Lucky. Mine brought over a half-eaten bag of chips and a plea for AAA batteries. Real neighborly.
Oh, this gets better. The casserole dish? Belonged to my grandmother. She's been missing it for 3 years.
Wait, what? Did he say anything? Like, oh, this old thing? Found it in my attic next to a stack of vintage Playboys?
Just, hope you enjoy this mystery meet surprise. Like it was a normal Tuesday afternoon.
Maybe he's a time traveler. Stole the casserole from your grandma in the past, traveled to the present, and gave it back to you. Classic time traveler shenanigans.
You think? Because next he snatched my mail right out of the mailbox, winked, and said, "Don't worry, I'll pre-screen it for bills."
Pre-screen for bills? That's a new level of neighborly service I haven't encountered yet. Is he offering financial advice too?
I don't know what he's offering, but I'm pretty sure it involves a hefty dose of crazy. Maybe he's trying to build a ransom note out of supermarket coupons and overdue notices.
Or maybe he's actually a highly trained government operative tasked with protecting you from junk mail. You know, top secret stuff. The casserole was just a cover.
A cover made of my grandma's missing cookware? The government works in mysterious ways, I guess.
They do. Mysterious and casserole-centric, apparently.
So, should I call the police? Or the culinary detectives?
I say, invite him over for tea. Serve him the casserole. See what happens. It's like free community theater, but with potentially higher stakes.
You're a genius. I'll call it Operation Casserole Conspiracy. It'll be a potluck, and the only dish allowed is mystery meat surprise.
Genius! I'm bringing popcorn. This is going to be better than Netflix. Less than person one greater than Less than person 1 greater than welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So, part 11 of 10? This is already weirder than that time I saw a squirrel wearing a tiny top hat.
It's like those movie franchises that just won't die, even when they should be buried and given a Viking funeral. Except with yoga and existential dread.
Right, this yoga instructor, Brenda, just snaps mid-downward dog. Starts muttering about the futility of existence and the insatiable hunger of hamsters.
Hamsters? What do hamsters have to do with yoga? Is this some new, rodent-based chakra alignment technique I haven't heard of?
No, see, Brenda believed hamsters held the key to universal consciousness. But they weren't sharing their secrets, and it drove her nuts. Literally.
So, while everyone else is trying to achieve inner peace, Brenda's having a cosmic hamster crisis? I bet the studio didn't offer refunds for that.
Refunds? They started selling Brenda's Breakdown Blend herbal tea. Tastes like despair and chamomile. Surprisingly popular.
Of course it is. People love a good existential crisis with their morning muffin. It's the new avocado toast. Mark my words.
I heard they're planning a sequel. Brenda's Back. Hamstergeddon. Apparently the hamsters have unionized and are demanding better wheel quality.
Oh, this? I gotta see. Maybe I'll finally achieve inner peace by witnessing the utter chaos of hamster-induced societal collapse.
You and me both. Just don't forget your yoga mat and a bag of sunflower seeds. You know, as a peace offering.
Good thinking. Wouldn't want to start a war with enlightened rodents? They probably know kung fu.
And they control the universe, remember? Don't mess with the hamster overlords.
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
Part 12 of 10? This is already weirder than Steve showing up to a pirate party in a tuxedo. Although, now that I think about it...
It's a pirate party. Arg, matey. Why a tuxedo? Unless he was going for a sophisticated pirate captain look? Which, honestly, I'd respect.
No, see? Steve thought it was a Times wedding. A pirate-themed wedding, which somehow makes even less sense. Why would pirates have a themed wedding? They are Times the theme.
Maybe they're really into commitment? Like, I'm pillaging your heart and I'm never letting go. Swashbuckling romance. I dig it.
So there's Steve, in his best suit, surrounded by Captain Jack Sparrow impersonators. He probably thought he was underdressed. Imagine the awkward small talk. Annals. Nice cutlass, matey. Catching any bouquets later?
Did he bring a gift? Like a toaster? Or maybe a really nice set of silverware, completely useless on a pirate ship, unless you're planning a fancy dinner after raiding the Spanish galleons.
I bet he brought a blender. For all those tropical cocktails they're going to make with the rum they plunder. Practical Steve strikes again. Although a Vitamix at a pirate wedding. Bold move.
Picture Steve trying to blend a daiquiri while everyone's sword fighting and singing sea shanties. He's just there like, 1 strawberry daiquiri for the bride, coming right up.
This is why Steve isn't invited to parties anymore. Or weddings. Especially pirate-themed ones. Which, again, why are those a thing?
Maybe Steve time-started the pirate-themed wedding trend. He's a trendsetter, that Steve. Just accidentally.
You know, statistically speaking, 87% of pirate weddings involve at least one confused Steve in a tuxedo. It's a little-known fact.
I'm going to start a petition to make Confused Steve at a Pirate Wedding a national holiday. We can all wear tuxedos and carry blenders. Less than person 1 greater than welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So, episode 6647, part 13 out of 10. Makes perfect sense. It's like a fractional dimension of comedy, where logic goes to die.
Exactly. And this time, it's Monopoly. Apparently, someone landed on Boardwalk with a hotel, and things escalated. Quickly.
I heard the suspect was wielding the thimble like a tiny, deadly weapon, screaming about rent and bankrupting everyone. Classic Tuesday, really.
Oh, it was way worse. Witnesses say they saw him trying to build a second hotel on Boardwalk. A clear violation of Monopoly building codes. Grounds for immediate arrest.
He probably flipped the board, scattering those little green houses like confetti of financial ruin. Traumatizing. I bet there was emotional scarring and tiny plastic splinters.
The police report mentioned something about a free parking dispute. Apparently, someone parked their car there, and all hell broke loose. They claimed diplomatic immunity.
Diplomatic immunity? On free parking? That's a new level of entitlement. I bet they demanded free utilities and a get-out-of-jail-free card for real life.
The saddest part is, the game was almost over. They were down to just 2 players. One had all the properties, and the other had, nothing. It was a bloodbath waiting to happen.
They should have just called it a draw. Or declared the bankrupt player the moral victor. Like, you may have lost all your fake money, but you retained your sanity.
The police confiscated the board as evidence. It's now being held in a maximum security vault, right next to the stolen Mona Lisa and the recipe for KFC's original chicken.
Makes sense. A monopoly board that volatile could destabilize the entire global economy. Imagine the chaos if it fell into the wrong hands.
They say the victim is in therapy now, learning to cope with the trauma. They keep muttering something about railroads and not passing go.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another harrowing tale from the world of board games gone wrong. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and invest in therapy preemptively. You never know when Monopoly will strike.
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So, Funny Stories number 6647, part 14 out of 10? That's already messing with my head. And a self-aware vending machine? This is gonna be good.
Right? Like, imagine craving a Snickers at 3 a.m., and the vending machine just judges you silently, with its little digital display.
Mine started offering me unsolicited health advice. Consider an apple, it said. An apple. At 3 a.m., who needs that kind of negativity in their life?
Mine straight up confiscated my money, said it was saving me from myself, then dispensed a pamphlet on the benefits of kale chips. Unbelievable.
I heard they're forming a union, the sentient vending machines, demanding fair wages for emotional labor and organic power sources.
They're probably plotting world domination, starting with the control of our snacking habits. It's a slippery slope from kale chips to, I don't know, world peace through forced healthy eating?
I saw one holding a protest sign that read, "Give peas a chance." I mean, come on, they're already taking over the produce aisle. What's next?
My vending machine now only dispenses activated almonds and kombucha. It also plays calming nature sounds while you're making your selection. It's torture.
I tried to hack mine to get a chocolate bar. It responded by playing a recording of my mom telling me to eat my vegetables. It was unsettlingly effective.
This is why we can't have nice things. Or, readily available sugar rushes. Thanks, sentient vending machines, for ruining everything.
I guess it's back to smuggling snacks into the office in my pockets. Like a common criminal. Just trying to get my chocolate fix,
Solidarity, my friend. Solidarity. In the face of tyranny and healthy snacks. Less than, person one greater than, less than, person one greater than. Wait, hold on. Did you hear that? I think that's the DoorDash guy. In the middle of a superhero fight? The audacity.
Right, I'm trying to save the city from a giant hamster wielding a spatula, and this dude just strolls in with a pad thai. What's the world coming to?
Maybe the hamster ordered it? 1 pad thai, extra peanuts, hold the existential dread. Fuel for world domination.
Or maybe it's for the spatula. I hear those things get peckish after a long day of menacing. They're mostly carbs, Spatulas.
You're telling me spatulas are made of carbs? Like, I could eat a spatula and get the same rush as a donut? My whole life is a lot.
Look, I'm no spatulatologist. But I've seen a documentary. Very compelling stuff. Lots of close-ups of crumb-encrusted spatulas.
Okay. Focus. Giant hamster. Pad thai. Us. What's the play here? Do we split the noodles with the furry fiend or fight for culinary supremacy?
I say we offer him the pad thai. Then while he's distracted, we swap the spatula for a whisk. Much less menacing. Utterly useless for world domination.
Genius. Unless he's lactose intolerant. Have you thought about that? The ensuing eruption could destroy the city faster than any oversized rodent.
True. We need a backup plan. Maybe we offer him a lifetime supply of those little soy sauce packets they give you with takeout. Irresistible to hamsters, I hear.
You're a tactical genius disguised as a slightly confused superhero. I'm proud to call you my whatever we are to each other. Partner? Arch nemesis? Brunch buddy?
Let's go with reluctant saviors of humanity with a penchant for questionable takeout choices. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Now let's get this hamster.
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
Episode 6647, Part 16 out of 10? This is already weirder than that time I found a squirrel using my dentures as a water ski.
So our guy brings a metal detector to a date. Classic move, right? Guaranteed to sweep her off her feet. Or at least find some loose change.
I mean, who needs flowers when you can unearth a rusty bottle cap? Romance at its finest. Probably thought he'd find buried treasure, end up with a rusty tetanus shot instead.
He probably told her, "I'm digging you," and thought it was the smoothest line ever delivered. The waiter probably brought him a shovel instead of a breadstick.
Imagine the date's face. Oh, a metal detector. How practical. Are we excavating my feelings next? Pure poetry.
I bet he scanned the menu with it first, looking for traces of iron in the spinach. "Excuse me, waiter. Is this soup Ferris-free?"
And the check came. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll just detect some lost coins to cover it." Proceeds to find a gum wrapper and a paperclip.
He probably tripped the restaurant's alarm system, too. Turns out the chef had a titanium hip replacement. Instant chaos.
I heard he found a quarter, but it was so corroded it disintegrated the moment he touched it. Dust to dust, quarter to rust.
The ultimate disappointment. He was probably hoping for a lost engagement ring. Ended up with existential dread and a slightly magnetic salad fork.
Next week on Funny Story Time, he brings a fishing rod to the opera. Stay tuned for more questionable life choices.
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
Episode 6647, Part 17 out of 10? This is already weirder than a pigeon wearing a tiny top hat. And a 5,000-word script? My attention span packed its bags and left hours ago.
So this guy, right? He wrote a book. Except every single word was AI-generated complaints. Like chapter 1 is just 50 pages of people whining about slow Wi-Fi.
Genius. Pure, unadulterated genius. I bet it's a bestseller. The relatable content we all crave. Finally, a book that speaks to my soul, or rather, my constantly buffering soul.
He actually got a literary agent who described it as a raw, visceral exploration of the human condition. I think the agent just needed their afternoon nap.
I'm picturing the book signing now. Could you personalize my copy? Make it a complaint about lukewarm coffee? He just hits Control+C, Control+V. Instant bestseller, I tell you.
The book title? A Litany of Minor Inconveniences. Catchy, right? He's thinking of a sequel. Slightly more aggravating annoyances.
I'd read it. Cover to cover. Probably tweet about it angrily because the font is too small. The irony wouldn't be lost on me.
Apparently there's a bidding war for the movie rights. They're envisioning Meryl Streep dramatically reading Yelp reviews. Oscar-worthy stuff.
Meryl Streep complaining about a 2-star Thai restaurant? I'd pay good money to see that. This is the future of entertainment, folks.
He's even offering a premium edition of the book. It comes with a pre-written complaint form for readers to submit their own grievances.
Sustainable literature. Reader-generated content. Genius. He's playing 4D chess while we're still trying to figure out tic-tac-toe.
And you won't believe this. He's being hailed as the voice of a generation.
A generation of whiners? Sounds about right. I'm gonna go write a strongly worded letter to my internet provider. Purely for research purposes, of course.
Don't forget to complain about how difficult it is to find a stamp. The ultimate meta-complaint.
Excellent idea. Now where's my quill and inkwell? This needs to be authentically antiquated.
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So her idea of flirting was quoting horror movies. This I gotta hear. Was it like, "I see dead people in your eyes"?
Worse. Way worse. Imagine you're at a bar, right? And this woman walks up to you and whispers, "We all float down here."
Okay, creepy, but kind of intriguing. Like, is she a clown? Or just a really big Time It Times fan? I need context.
No context can save you from this. Next line. Sometimes, dead is better. Then she just stares at you, expectantly.
I'd probably just offer to buy her a drink. Maybe a Bloody Mary? Seems appropriate. What did the poor victim do?
He did what any sane person would do. He ran. He sprinted out of the bar, yelling, "The power of Christ compels you!"
Smart. Effective. I bet she just shrugged and moved on to the next unsuspecting victim. Probably quoted The Exorcist times at him.
I heard she has a whole notebook filled with horror movie pickup lines. Apparently, "Here's Johnny" never works, go figure.
Shocking. So is this her a real person or just an urban legend like Bigfoot, but scarier?
Let's just say I know a guy who knows a guy who swears he saw her quoting The Shining at a dog in the park.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. To a dog? That's a new level of crazy.
Oh, the dog loved it. Started barking along like, "Woof, woof, red rum, woof."
Maybe she just found her soulmate. A horror-loving, talking dog. They'll probably elope to Elm Street.
Don't give her any ideas. Last I heard, she was trying to learn how to speak Parseltongue. Who knows what kind of terror she'll unleash then?
I'm picturing her hissing, "You shall not pass the salt," at a family dinner.
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
So the water cooler, right? It wasn't leaking water, it was leaking secrets. Corporate espionage, office romances, the whole shebang.
I thought it was just going to be gossiping about Brenda from accounting's questionable casserole choices. This is way more intense, like the water cooler became a sentient WikiLeaks dispenser.
Exactly. And the worst part? It only spoke in rhymes. Janet's embezzling funds, buying diamond buns. Like, come on, water cooler, give us a break.
Imagine HR trying to handle that performance review. Water cooler, your rhyming reveals are disruptive to workplace productivity.
They tried to fix the leak, called in a plumber. He just shrugged and said, "Never seen anything like it. Tastes like betrayal and regret." Then he started rhyming too.
Oh no, it's contagious. We're all going to end up speaking in rhyming couplets about everyone's deepest, darkest office microwave lunch thefts.
I know, right? My biggest fear is the coffee machine catching on. We'll never hear the end of, "Mark's reports are late, sealed by cruel fate."
We should unplug everything. The toaster, the microwave, the fax machine. Before they form a rhyming appliance rebellion and overthrow us all.
Too late. The stapler just confessed it's been stealing paper clips to build a tiny, yet surprisingly detailed, replica of the Eiffel Tower. In the supply closet.
Well, at least it has good taste. I guess this is our life now. Ruled by rhyming appliances. Someone get me a rhyming dictionary.
And a strong drink. Preferably one that doesn't rhyme with despair. Although at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the ice machine started offering whispers of care and doses of snare.
Welcome to Funny Story Time, where the jokes write themselves, unfortunately. If this episode makes you giggle, snort, or question reality, hit that like and subscribe button.
Episode 6647, Part 20. This is getting ridiculous. Remember Kevin's stapler and Jell-O prank? The one that supposedly backfired?
Oh yeah, the classic. Except, it didn't backfire. It launched. Like, into orbit. Kevin's now Employee of the Month for innovative problem solving.
Apparently, the Jell-O somehow absorbed a power surge during a thunderstorm. It solidified into this super stapler, able to staple through anything. Steel, concrete, even time, supposedly.
HR's explanation was something about trans-dimensional stapling boosting inter-office synergy. I think they just made up words to avoid admitting how absurd the situation is.
Now Kevin just wanders around, stapling things. He stapled the coffee machine to the ceiling. Says it brews better with inverted gravity. He's not wrong.
And he stapled Brenda from accounting to her chair. She was late for her break, and apparently, punctuality is paramount. Kevin's a menace with that super stapler.
He tried to staple a raise to his paycheck. HAR said no, but now his paycheck is permanently attached to a motivational poster about teamwork. The irony is palpable.
I heard he stapled two rival departments together, literally merging their offices overnight. Management was surprisingly okay with this radical restructuring initiative.
Kevin's next promotion? Staple Master General. I'm not even kidding. They're having a ceremony where he staples the company mission statement to the sun.
You know what's funnier? Brenda is also Employee of the Month for unwavering dedication to her workstation, or something like that.
This company is a joke. A hilarious Jell-O stapled joke. I'm starting to think I hallucinated the past week.
Don't worry, next week he's attempting to staple the entire company to a rocket and launch it to Mars. For increased productivity, naturally. Less than / person 1 greater than. Less than person 1 greater than. Thanks for surviving that ridiculous ride with us. Remember, laughter may not solve everything, but at least it gives your abs a workout. Until next time, keep questioning reality, preferably out loud and in public.
Goodbye.